Darkside made this?
This the rant of the real. Everybody telling lies is true first, so it's fuck how they do feel. Or you for real? Man, put that on your mama, you a gangster and you got more shit for real. This the rant of the real. Everybody telling lies is true first, so it's fuck how they do feel. Or you for real? Man, put that on your mama, you a gangster and you got more shit for real.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rant to the Real. The power real niggas get on here and rant. This is the #1 podcast in the top 50. No need to look that up. Google is wrong. They're stealing your data right now. I would not trust them. I am your host, Uncle Trav, the hardest working in the world. Now let's start your day off with eggs breaking vibes. And I bring nothing but vibes, yo. It's a great day. It's an amazing Monday. Can't ask for a better day. There we go. I wanted to record this yesterday and get it done and over with, but my only source of light is this. So, and I guess this bullshit lamp, which doesn't really do much. Most of the light that's in this room is ambient lighting, and then like the bathroom is like a studio quality lights. It's beaming everywhere. But like, who wants to record a podcast in the bathroom? Now, don't get me wrong, it'll be something new. I don't think anyone's ever done that, but I'm just not about to set up shop in the bathroom. And then the rest of my lights are like underglow in the kitchen, like under the sink glows and shit like that. So there's no light source, so I only have this light. And yesterday it was like 60 and raining, so no good light source. But today it was a pretty decent light source. I feel a whole lot better this week than I did last week. That go home made me feel a whole lot better. Get back into it. Get joyous about doing the things I need to get done, you know? 1 more week. No, 2 more weeks. So finish this week, and then next week. I might be home next week, so I might be able to be in the studio. Who knows? We'll see what happens. We'll see where the dice land. Can't promise that I will be here or won't be here. Who knows? It's definitely been an adventure here. I can say that. As I was sitting down, like writing down my topics and my listing points, I forgot that I didn't talk about what else happened in Atlanta. I got this hoodie from there, actually. First thing in the morning, no sooner it opened up, I bought a hoodie because it was so cold. But I remember, this is right before I bought this, because I believe I was just laying on the ground. It was so cold sitting by that window, but by the window was the only open area where you can just kind of stretch out and be out the way. So I was laying on the ground. I think it was like 3, 4 in the morning, and the daytime staff started to show up, getting ready for the next oncoming flight. And there's this young man. He obviously, I don't know what he does there, but he kept going in and out the door that leads to that tunnel before you walk on the plane. Maybe he might have just been one of the people that work behind the counter. I have no idea. But I remember, I don't know if he was talking to somebody else or if he was talking to himself, but I remember hearing him shouting and start screaming that there's no love. You can't find love in this day and age. He's like, I got 6 baby mamas. Don't nobody fucking love me. and he was now mind you, in the middle of the airport, this nigga screaming, yelling. He what the hell did he do? He slammed the little wheelchair thing into the wall. He was losing his shit, and it was just like, why are you so upset today, bro? Like, who angered this man? I truly think that he was talking to someone getting off the plane, or maybe someone getting on the plane. I think he was talking to a customer, or let's call him a customer. I think that's who he was talking to, because there is no way that he just randomly started this rampage and outburst of him screaming and yelling that he ain't got no love. Nigga, you got 6 baby moms. There had to have been some love in at least 1 or 2. Whether or not you fucked it up or they fucked it up, somebody loved somebody at that point. You hear me? That shit wild, though. It took 6 times for you to realize. Some people, I don't know why they must learn the same lesson over and over again before they finally catch on that maybe this lifestyle don't look good on me, or maybe, I need to get out this pond that I'm fishing in. Man, why does it take so many lessons for you to finally realize this isn't for me? This isn't the path that I'm actually meant to be on. 6 baby mom, like, yeah, you ain't gonna find nobody that want to deal with that. I ain't gonna lie. The chances of you finding love are very slim, because you gotta find somebody that's A, willing to accept all the women that come with your broke ass, and B, that means that person's probably gonna have a bunch of kids. So now you just in this big ass family, and like, I'm assuming by how outraged he was, does not seem like the type of guy that wants to be in a 10-person household. I know I wouldn't want to be in a 10-person house. 3 to 4 person household is like, whoa, there's too many people here. Someone's got to go. So just imagine your whole fucking thing of kids, and then no. That sounds horrible, yo. That sounds like the worst thing ever. And he probably gonna make some more. It's just like, God damn, everything that could have possibly happened in Atlanta, it all seemed to just pop up and fall apart right there. That stupid airport. Oh my God. Never again. I don't think I ever will fly that direction again. I will do everything I can to avoid it. Next time I book a flight, I'll see where is the nearest flight, or where can I go around them? Like, is there a way to where I can skip this airport entirely? Do I have to pay an additional $200 just to skip it? Because I recently had a conversation with someone that I unfortunately know. And they were talking about their boyfriend and, they doing stuff with their life and shit like that. Well, here's why I bring it up. Because I think I asked like 3 questions, which is usually not normal for me, because I usually don't ask questions because I don't give a fuck. It's your life, not mine. I made the mistake and asked questions. And come to find out that her boyfriend is a married man. And she keeps trying to convince him to leave his wife and kid and go be with her. I never understood why women would do that. Because it's like, okay, let's say you really like this guy. Let's say you really want him to be yours. Deep down inside, does this sound like a man that you should build with? Like, let's take the lust out of it. Is this really somebody you should be with? Because obviously, he ain't shit. If he stepping out on his marriage with her, contemplating on leaving the kid for you, what makes you think when you get in that position he won't do it to you? Like, I never understood this thought process. Like, why do you think you're invincible? What makes you think that you're like the queen bee around this bitch? Like, I'm so lost. Why do people do that shit? And then like, it's act super surprised when it don't work. Like, oh no, it failed. Oh shit. The writing was on the wall. And then she was telling me about like, he never really wanted to marry her, but she got pregnant and she told him the only way he could see his kids, they got married. That man's just all around making bad life decisions. So he got married, and like, I guess apparently every time he wants to leave, he sees the kid, and then he changes his mind. But the fact that she's like trying to push him to say fuck the kid, basically, and fuck the wife, like, damn. Side hoes is devious. He'll never be where she is. Like, I've never met this man. I don't know what he looks like, but I can guarantee you that she will never be his wife. He will never be serious with this bitch. He already told her he wasn't even moving states to come where she at. So it's like, why are you insisting on this shit? And then the crazy part is, the crazy part is like, oh yeah, last year she said she was cheating on him, but this year she's gonna be faithful and be serious. So why are you making this man leave his wife then, if you don't really give a fuck about him? And you already know that this nigga ain't shit. You just trying to destroy him or something? Like, I'm lost. Explain this to me. I need someone to break this shit down for me, because I don't understand. You could have just left the nigga alone. Or he could have left you alone. Y'all both could have left each other alone. You could have had a fling, called it a day, you know what I mean? Like like if it's a fling and it's just, doing your thing, where do the lines get blurred? Like, if y'all both single and you just never put a stamp on it and like shit sometimes gets blurred, makes sense. But when like you got a husband, he got a wife, and y'all trying to actually be with each other, you know damn well that shit not gonna work. Ever. It's messy, it's expensive, the whole thing is fucked. Then like, do you truly trust the person that you with because you know that they step out? Or do you just ignore the fact that they step out? It's too much to think about in the back end, because like, this person ain't shit. They can't be trusted. They should not be around your family. Nothing. There's too many temporary decisions made on part-time desires. Because you know damn well deep down some of the people we be with, we don't fucking want them. We just living in the moment. And don't get me wrong, I am the king of, what the fuck is it called? I think it's called Solomon Syndrome. Where like the nigga gave great advice, but he didn't take none of it. Don't get me wrong, I'm amazing at giving it. But when it comes to me taking it, it's like, whoa, calm down, it's not about me, it's about you. We fixing your life. Mine is perfectly fine shattered. Mine is perfectly fine broken. Don't come over here trying to fix shit. Leave it alone. Little by little, we put tape on the wall. But right now, it's broken. If it don't make sense, don't try to make sense. And if you think you can fix it, go ahead. You're fired. Don't even think about that, because you can't. Well, nah, when it's outside looking in at other situations, especially similar situations, I mean, no, I'm not involved in like married people, but still, there was a point in time when I had a, I had a season where I was only talk to people in relationships. I feel like my life is a my name is Earl type shit because all that karma came back. All of it. If I've done somebody wrong in some way or form, it all boomerang back either in that same manner or very similar. So, yeah, this my name is Earl around this bitch. So, I choose not to do things that lead to negative karmic points. At least not purposely. If I do it accidentally, it's not the same. But if I purposely fuck you over, knowing like fuck that guy or girl, yeah, no, it bites me in the ass. So I don't do it. But I did have a stint where I only exclusively talked to people in relationships because it was like, it's easier to get where you're going. And then I got out of that, and I don't go anywhere near that. If I find out or think or you tell me, like, hey, I got somebody, cool, go ahead, be faithful to them. Do not leave the person you're with for me because it won't be a happy ending. I will not choose you. Don't choose me. So yeah, devil's advocate, both sides. Yeah, I see it. I get it. I stood in it. And then on the other end, it's like, no. Just say no. Just opt out. Like, if it gets to that point where, hey, we're both lost and we probably will never be found, it's okay to call it a day. There's plenty of times where I've come to that road and it's like, I wish you the best and I hope you find eternal happiness. It just will not be here. And it sucks. But can't keep making permanent decisions. Temporary feelings, Those feelings fade. That person is no longer desirable anymore. But yeah, when the women do it, it's like, damn, yo, you really ain't shit. What happened to this girl power? We all stick together, girls, girl type shit. Yeah, women rights. And then you go do something to fuck over your fellow women. And it's like, well, what was the shit you was just preaching the other day? And it's crazy is I got a speech from her about some nonsense. Don't really listen to this bitch when she talk. But she was bitching about something close to like, and women empowerment and something like that. Usually I listen when a lot of people talk. But when some people talk and it's just like, all right, this is straight nonsense, I'm not listening to this shit no more. That's where she falls in. This is straight nonsense and I'm not listening to this shit anymore. And it's like you were pro-woman yesterday, and then now today it's like, fuck that bitch though. She is not part of the pro-woman program. Fucking kills me, yo. Have you ever seen the what the fuck are they called? The Return of the Land. That community of white people in Arkansas that everything they said on the news or the investor journalist who talked to them, everything they said is completely the opposite of what they're pushing. And it's crazy is the women were like, yeah, we don't want niggas in our community. And the men were like, we will contemplate it, Like, it's like the men were being as PC as possible and the women were straight up like, I thought this was America. Fuck being PC. Yo, if you go on YouTube and watch the shit, like, if the way the man was talking is completely different than the way the women were talking. The man was like, we just wanted to build our own community. We wanted to keep our bloodline strong, if other communities wanted to join, we could possibly look at applications. And then the women was like, no, I was online and I was looking for communities that were just like me, and we found this and we think it'll work, and I wanted to protect my children. So, we just came to this thing. And the guy was like, well, what if other communities wanted to join? They can make their own communities. She was like, they already have their own communities that other people can't get in, so why can't we make ours? The women were they were straight up like, no niggas, no gays, no Jews. The men, they were trying their hardest to save face on camera. They obviously thinking about, damn, what if I gotta go back to work? It gives me real cult vibes. Like, in its early stages, it's gonna start off amazing. It's gonna be everything it wants to be. That's usually how most cults and political leaders and whoever, because like the leader, his name is Eric something. It starts off how it was intended. It goes the direction it was supposed to go. And then once that person realizes, I have enough power, they are going to lose their mind. And they are going to become the exact opposite of how they started. History always repeats itself. There's no way to not skip it. No matter how much you think, oh, I won't be that guy, it always rolls into that guy. Look at every dictator. Fidel Castro started off as hey, the government's oppressive, let's fight the power, and then became an oppressive government. A lot of those Italian leaders, Mussolini, what the fuck was that one dude? The dude who was fighting Stalin. These guys started off as political activists trying to overthrow the person before them, and then immediately became a dictator. It was like, yeah, so we're going to do the exact same thing, but worse. Trump says one thing, and then he immediately goes, no, we're not actually doing that at all. We're going to fucking do this, and if you don't like it, oh well. So yeah, this is going to start off nice, and it's either going to turn into an aggressive cult of crazy white people, or it's going to turn into a sex cult. Well, either way it goes, it's going to turn into some shit that's going to hit the news, like something we could have avoided, but we chose not to. It's either going to be Waco, Texas, or Jamestown. One of the two. I feel like this is the Waco, Texas of the modern age, though. They're probably just going to be like peace, love, and hippies with a whole bunch of guns and just saying a lot of crazy radical shit online, and then they're going to do something to where America's forced to step in and be like, all right, we can't let you keep doing this. And then they're going to fight back. It's going to be bad. We could avoid this. But I guarantee there's someone out there that wants to join. If you're crazy, if you actually watch the video, one of the ladies, she is definitely not full blood, pure white. There's no way. Her grandparents definitely, they stepped on the coke. They stepped on the product. They were like, you know what? I think I want a little Hispanic or Asian. Look at the lady. I'm going to try to find her and put her in it. She is not white. As much as her mind is screaming it is, reality is a whole nother situation. And it's going to just take that one fucking person to be like, let's 23andMe this bitch real quick. Let's make sure she is pure white. Nah, that woman's finna get her and her kid. And it's crazy, that's the one who was talking all that shit on the news. That's the one who kicked out her own community. You know what's crazy? Is that they were like, they were all for the segregation. They were like, why can't we segregate? I don't hate the idea. Let's segregate. Put us in a section and put everybody else in a section. And then, you know what? Fuck it. quite honestly, give all the white people that want to segregate, just give them a whole state. They can have Arkansas, you know what, one of the Dakotas. Nobody lived there anyways. Take it. You want West Virginia? Have it. The whole thing is yours. Don't expect no Mexican. Don't expect no Asian. Don't expect imports. None of that shit. Wherever the fuck you pull out of this ground is all that's going to get from you. Return to the land, right? Which is insane because technically if you were the master race, the Caucasian that you want to be, you're supposed to go back to Europe. Which doesn't make any sense because Europeans don't like Americans, so they don't give a fuck what color you are. You're American, you're not one of us. Get your ass back. So, like, you have a lose-lose situation, too, because this ain't originally y'all land. Y'all took this shit from the Indians and then gave them little pieces of it back in certain states. So, if you really want to return to the land, that's time for you to figure out where in the Europe are you from, and see if they'll accept you. And it's crazy is like the people that push the pro-Nazi, the Aryan race, all that. You understand that Hitler still would have killed y'all, right? I know that this podcast is not gonna be the one that gets super pushed, but Hitler still would have did y'all in. You were not part of his plan. So, like, the people that, like, sit there and praise him and be like, oh, let's be Nazis. Like, there's the one dude got on the news and was like, let's take the power out of the word Nazi and let's just start using it more often. Whoa. He still would have took you guys out. None of you were part of his ideal plan. So you would have still, like, and you understand it was more than just Jews. It was literally anyone. Gypsies, POC, gays. You did not look, you weren't German. That was another thing. They didn't give a fuck. If you weren't German, you were going. But fuck it, you know what? Y'all know history, right? Read it. Look it up. Watch the documentaries. That man was certifiably insane. He was high off fucking meth. You think that you wouldn't have been subject to fuck it? Hell, there's stories of people that were in the SS that were terrified because they thought they might be next. There was people that were dyeing there was Germans dyeing their hair and joining the SS just so they didn't have to be, they could be part of his plan. And you think you illiterate backwoods motherfuckers wouldn't be on that train? Get the fuck out of here. You actually know how big Auschwitz was? It was huge. And the crazy was it was split into 9 sections. And each section had a different thing for people going on. You'll be in one of them sections. It was just majority of Jews. But don't get it wrong. There were still other people there that were not Jewish at all. You still took that train ride, bucko. There was Russians in there. A lot of guys that go. If that man was still alive, he would not be friends with y'all. He would not like y'all at all. He would hate you people. And the fact that you can turn on the news today and you can see actually people walking around in KKK robes waving the swastika is insane because he would have never picked y'all. They would have never even made it. Why push the hate so much? Like, what? How do you have so much free time to do that? Like, you just wake up and choose, you know what? Fuck these people. I'm going to make it my last life goal to make their life miserable. Or you could, like, go to work or Make something incredible that the world has not yet to see. Do something. Jesus Christ, you guys were so blinded by the fact that you could say retard and, publicly be racist and, go back to being village idiots. That's why y'all let the village idiot run the country. And it's crazy as you see all these people backtracking now, and it's like, oh, I didn't know Trump was gonna do this. The guy's a fucking liar. And you're surprised that a liar lied? And the crazy thing is, out of all the shit that he has done and said and backtracked and reneged, the only thing that got you guys upset, not that there's Gestapo's walking the street, not the fact that there's a modern day Auschwitz built in the middle of fucking swampland, not that people's rights get violated, not that they took your Medicaid, not that they taken away your public housing, and there's a whole lot of stipulations. Nah, fuck that. It's the fact that he lied about the Epstein list, and then you're like, oh, I can't trust him no more. When the fuck did you start? If y'all remember correctly, when he first was running, that man, one of his campaign members said there was 3,000 pages or something like that, or 30,000. It was a lot of pages in the Epstein files, and that there was 300 hours of video, and there was so many names and signatures on the flight log, and you guys are gonna scrub it and figure it out. And then 2 weeks ago, he goes, there's nothing on there. The list is completely empty. There's no video. There's no footage. That's not what you said in January, though. And then the next day, when the news reporter asked him about it, hey, what's up with the Epstein files? Why are they empty? You guys still talking about that? Why are you still talking about that? I don't care about that guy. He was a nothing. He was a pedophile. Nigga, you and him publicly said that you were best fucking friends. Okay. Then they said they're going to release the raw, unedited footage of, Epstein in a cell. Here's the problem, though. The clock on the wall shows a time gap. So the video plays, then all of a sudden there's a minute-something time gap. If you're going to edit and doctor the video, fucking cut the clock out at least. Then they go on the TV and say there's a time gap in the server footage. No matter how much we try, there's always a minute missing. Okay. And now you people are outraged. Now that's the lie that you're like, you know what? I feel betrayed. I can no longer stand for this. MAGA is the biggest scam ever. This man is trying to completely make y'all forget what the fuck's going on. He's trying his hardest to get your guys off the Epstein files. What is his new shit? MAGA, Make India Great Again? Where he wants to do all this great stuff for the people of India? Or no, the Indians. I'm sorry, not people. He feels bad about the land that was taken from them and the stuff that's going on and happened in Texas, all kinds of shit. Now all of a sudden we're worried about the wrong thing here, people. We did the Indians wrong. Get the fuck out of here. Guy's a fucking joke. And you people are gonna Trump's a great president. You go back to where you came from, and all the racial slurs and shit you guys throw. It's fine, whatever. Keep throwing them. It's okay to just be like, you know what, we fucked up. We got to get this guy out the paint. It's okay. I admit all the time when I fucked up. You guys fucked up voting this dude in. MAGA is the biggest scam to ever exist, and you guys drank this shit up. Even the people that were pro him Charlie, whatever the fuck his name, Candace Owens, I think that's her name. The other motherfucker that was like, a lot of the people that were pro, like, defending his every single action are like, I don't know how I can defend this. Because the more he keeps saying stuff on these files and shit keeps going up missing and this isn't happening, oh, there's nothing there, we can call it a quits. It just looks guilty. Like, you were buying kids from fucking Epstein, weren't you? Because that was his thing. He was trafficking children. So we know this is what he does. So if this is your best fucking friend, you guys are all over the flight logs. Like, you mean to tell me that you guys were just hanging out? You didn't know the skeevy shit he was doing? Granted, maybe sometimes you have friends you hang out with and you don't know truly every single secret. But once you hang out enough, you start some threads start to pull out, and then now you can just assume you know what's going on, or you fully know what's going on. Y'all know what y'all was doing. But now, don't be surprised when a liar lies. Don't be surprised when a cheater cheats. Don't be surprised when an ain't shit clown does ain't shit clown shit. You know exactly what you was getting into when you signed up for it. Every time I get into bullshits I don't need to be in, I know exactly what I'm signing up for. I can't be super surprised when, like, I kind of knew where this was going, but I still did it anyways. And I can be the first to admit, there are times I've been duped. I truly thought it was going this way, and it was not. But I still can't be surprised when clowns do clown shit. You went to the circus. What did you expect to see? I mean, when you buy first class tickets to Cirque du Freak, come on, let's be serious. You weren't going to see monster trucks. Y'all wanted this psycho motherfucker in power. He got in power, and then it did not take long for him to be like, yeah. He lied to y'all repeatedly. He told y'all he was going to start deporting illegals. All he did was lock them up in Florida. Deported a few. No video surveillance in that fucking place. No way to contact your loved ones. Just sit here until we decide to figure out what the fuck to do with you. Or you can go have court in fucking Venezuela and figure out your way back. And then you got motherfuckers online that are making this shit as a joke. They go get caught by the Gestapos, get sent out, and then sneak their way back in, and then treat it like it's a content thing. And it's like, okay. Why does the world see everyone else's pain and sorrow as their game? Like, your life fucking sucks too. Watching someone else's get obliterated, how is that entertainment? What the fuck's that guy? The CEO that was like having an affair with the HR lady. Like, okay, they got caught. But purposely wanting to see how destroyed their life is, just so you don't feel as bad about your life, is nuts. Calling that man wife, asking, or, inboxing her, DMing her, asking her, what's the status on their marriage? What does it matter? Yours failed probably 6 times. How? Like, oh boy, failed. But you worried about the wrong fucking thing. The part that, like, some things that really kills me is, like, when people don't know themselves. It's like, you can tell me everything about your favorite celebrity, but you know absolutely nothing about yourself. Why is that? Shit, wow. Other people like to see other people live the life that they wish they did, and then sit there and judge and critique how they would live it if they were living it. Well, you could if you just did what they did to get there. Who knows? I ain't no motherfucking preacher. But all right, y'all, we're going to call it a day. We're going to step out. We're going to stomp. I figured out how to work the heat, so it's no longer an Arctic Blitz in here. So, like, it's crazy because I was actually headed down to complain because it was cold. I'm like, I don't like this cold shit. And on my way down, I noticed there was a mirror behind the door. So I looked at the mirror, and then there's the thermostat right there. It's very badly placed. It's so the bathroom door I don't really close because it's just me in this fucking room, so it's always open. So behind the bathroom door is the mirror, and behind the door, like where it closes, is where the thermostat is back here. And it's deep back. It's not something you would easily see. Terrible placement. So yeah, now that I have controlled the heat now, it's no longer, 60 degrees in here. It's a nice tropical 75, I believe. And then if it gets too hot, we just pop this window. I do hate the hotel safety mechanism. We don't want you to hurt yourself. So like it only opens so far. And I feel bad because I cook and I cook real food. So like fish. I'm gonna fry some chicken this probably today. Like yeah, it's gonna smell like food. This whole hallway is gonna smell like food, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. But all right, y'all, tune in next week. I should be in the studio by then. I won't be on the road. Who knows? I know for a fact that I'm going to drive home next week. It's just a matter of if I have time to record in the studio or not. And then after that, I'll actually be back in the studio for real. So either this is the last road podcast or the next one's the last road podcast. But tune in next week.